So right now we want to make our page responsive. We want to make our page responsive. So let's go to our elements tree and choose group FAQ. Now let's look at what our group FAQ is comprised of. It's a row group and the content in it, the container alignment is to the left. So let's make it center. Oh, okay. Um, okay, for now, I think we should use space between. Yeah, space between will be perfect for this. All right, space between. And the next thing we want to do is to make sure that this group FAQ that contains everything is wrapped up. As you can see, it's not wrapped up. So let's click on the group FAQ and make the minimum height 0. All right. So we have it wrapped up that way. We have it wrapped up. Okay. So now the next thing we want to do is create the space in between these ones so that it can stretch down. Now the right group, gap space in between elements, and let's see what 50 will do. Okay, let's see what 100 will do. All right. So there we have it. But I feel the 100 is a bit much, so let's make it 50. So that's 50. All right. So there we have it. And the right group shouldn't be a fixed width. So let's make the minimum width, let's say 700. Or let's make it percentage. That is 70% of the group that is inside. Or let's make it 60%. That's the minimum width. And the maximum one as well, let's make it the maximum width can go if take it 70%. While this shouldn't be a fixed width, should take 30%. 30%. The minimum should be, let's say 20%. 20%. All right. So there we have it. Now we can always edit that to our taste, but let's see if it is responsive. Let's check the responsiveness. Desktop 992, 992.768, 768, 320. All right, so it's not responsive. So that means we need to work on this. Now, let's look at the group questions inside. The minimum width we set is 250 and we set it to be space between. All right, which looks cool. Now let's check the text. The minimum width for the text should be 0 and the maximum width shouldn't be infinity, it should be, let's say 250 or something like, or let's make it infinity but fit to content. Okay, fit to content. So now let's check the responsiveness again. As you can see, so I feel the issue we are having now is the way we set up this frequently asked questions. So let's go back to default, because I feel that's where the issue is coming from now. This frequently asked question, let's look at the layout. The minimum width for this should be 100 and fit width to the content. Minimum width should be 100 and maximum width should be, let's say, 200. Maximum width for this one as well can be 250. Alright, so this shouldn't be fixed width. Now let's check the responsiveness again. Alright, 768, 320. Okay, 320. Now we want these frequently action questions to stay on top while this one stays down. That's the issue we are facing now. So what we are going to do is click on the group that contains both of them. Let's look at what the minimum width looks like. The minimum width is 300 while the maximum width is infinity. Alright, let's make this center. And now let's look at the layout, the left group again. Let's change it to pixels. Let's change it to 700 pixels. Max width is also 700 pixels. Okay, for the minimum width, let's make it 200. Alright, while for this, the minimum width in pixels should be let's say 200, while the maximum width should be in pixels as well, say 700. Alright, so with that, let us look at the responsiveness. 768, 320. Alright, you can now see that they are stacking up on top of themselves with that which we changed. So let's look at the preview. Right here. Alright, so let's bring it down a bit. Let's click on this. Alright, you can see that the answer inside is not responsive. So let's go and check that hidden answer group inside this right. If you can see, remember how we did this. So this keyway group, let's expand this, and the answer group, it's hidden. So now you can see that it's make this element fixed width, so that is why it is not responsive. So it shouldn't be fixed width. The minimum width should be, let's say, around 200, while the maximum width should be let's see, maybe 600. All right, so now let's reload to see the inner group now. So it should, all right, okay. Now you can see, absolutely, you can enroll. You can see that it has changed. So we can refine this with what we have learned earlier about page breaks, how you can make this bigger, how you can make centralize this. I mean, we've talked about that in the previous lessons. So moving on to the last one, which is our footer, and yes, which is the footer. Thank you.